Welcome back, friends. My name is Satyajeet Sahu. Sorry for the minor delay. Okay, I was caught up in a traffic jam, so therefore there was some delay in the class. Okay, so welcome to this session and welcome all the participants for waiting for me with so much of sincerity. Thank you, Juhi, Ankit, Rasmita, Vivek, Saurabh Sri, Nikki, Afrid, Varsa, and Civil Tricks. Okay, so welcome everyone and other students who are watching this lecture recorded. Welcome to them also, and let us start the session. Okay, a short introduction about myself. My name is Satyajeet Sahu and you can just go through these credentials. Okay, so there is less time, so I will not tell much about myself. Okay, so let us start the session without any further delay. So we'll be solving questions on surveying. Okay, we'll be solving around 40 questions. Okay, in exact it will be 38 questions, but yes, I will be discussing the background theory also along with that. Okay, wherever it is necessary. Okay, 38 questions will be solving, and these 38 questions will be the, you can say, most probable questions which they can ask in the upcoming examination. Okay, so let us start the session. Welcome Ashok Babu, welcome Survi, welcome Lakshmi and Naivedya. Okay, so let us start the session. The first question, please tell me the right answer. Which of the following survey is used to define the property line? The following survey is used to define the property line. What's the right answer to this? Please mention in the comment section. Okay, very good, straightforward. People are answering, very good. Others also please answer. Okay, so all participate in that particular thing. Yes, very good. It is cadastral survey. Okay, very good. The next question, what is the representative fraction for a scale of 10 centimeter is 20 kilometer? This is what? Representative fraction, also known as R dot F. So what is the right answer to this? Please mention in the comment section. What is the right answer to this? Please mention in the comment section. The representative fraction for a scale of 10 centimeter is to 20 kilometer. Okay, James Bond is telling, James Bond Navin. Okay, Navin is the real name. B. Okay, Sachin is also telling B, Afid is telling B. Very good. Yes, B or D? It is actually D. You see, if we take this is 1 centimeter is to 2 kilometer, right? If we cancel this 10, so this 2 kilometer is what? I can say 2000 meter. But actually representative fraction we denote in 1 is to some number. Remember, 1 is to some number. So this is 1 centimeter, then what? 2000 meter. If you convert this meter to centimeter, then what? 10 to the power 2 centimeter. So centimeter get cancelled. I get what? 1 is to 2 into 10 to the power 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So representative fraction is not this scale. Means 1 centimeter is to 10 meter. These are not representative fraction. They are scales. But representative fraction is what? Will be a ratio without any units. Okay. So answer is D. Next question answer, come on, fast. All questions are standard questions, so please answer first. The main principle of surveying is to work from, what's the answer to this? I am waiting for answers. Welcome Ananga, very good to participate, very good. What's the answer to this part, this question? Is it part to whole? It is whole to part, it is whole to part. We'll start with easy questions and then we'll move on to difficult questions. Don't worry, we'll move on to difficult questions also. Okay, which of the following scales is the smallest one? Little tricky. So answer this question. Which of the following scale is the smallest one? Answer this question. The smallest scale. Somebody is writing D. Somebody writing B. Okay, Maruf is writing D. Somebody is Sachin is writing B. So all answers I got. A, B, C, D. Everything. Everything we got, right? So I will tell you how to solve this. First one you see A. Okay, I'll solve this for you. I'll tell the answer at end. I'll solve this for you. How to solve this kind of question. So A is what? I can say 4 is to 2 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 zeros. So this can be what? Or I can say 20 into 4 zeros, right? So this will be 5, right? So this becomes what? 1 by 5 into 10 to the power 4. Okay, this is the first one. If I say the second one, it is what? 1 centimeter is to 5000 meter. Now 1 meter is what? 100 centimeter. So 10 to the power 2 centimeter. Centimeter get cancelled. This I am getting, you see, 1 divided by 5 into 10 to the power 5. Convert everything into representative fractions, okay? C is what? 1 centimeter is to 50 meter. That is what I can say. 50 meter is 5000 centimeter then. Yes, so this is also C. And last one is D. D is what? 1 is to, you see, this is 5 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to the power 4. And this is what? 5 into 10 to the power 3. Now how to see which one is the smallest scale? How to see which one is the smallest scale? Wherever the denominator, largest denominator, that will be the smallest scale. Understood? Largest denominator, that will be the smallest scale. Because if you divide, now tell me, value wise which is less? This one, right? 1 divided by 5 into 10 to the power 5, that will be the least, right? 1 divided by, you take the value, right? So B will be having the smallest scale. Understood how to find out the smallest scale, everyone? Understood how to find out smallest scale, everyone? Largest denominator, that will be what? Largest denominator, that will be the smallest scale. Yes? And smallest denominator, that will be the largest scale. Clear? Okay, so this question was important because such type of questions they ask in this Hpcl, Bhel, other PSU and SSC JEE examinations, and people do get confused. Now you will not get confused, right? First step is what? Convert to representative fraction. No, see, nothing is sufficient, but we can say it will be helpful. See, we cannot say we can cover everything. So try to understand, when I'm covering 40 questions, can I cover everything? Obviously, we can't cover everything. But yes, the important questions for SSC JEE, that is also covered here. We can say like that. We can say that it is helpful for SSC JEE in a very good way. Okay, so you can attend this. Okay, convert to RF. And once you convert to RF, then see largest denominator, that is what? Smallest scale. Yes, so here you see the smallest scale is which one? Is your B. If I would have asked you the largest scale, what would have been your answer? If I asked you the largest scale, what would have been your answer? Tell me. If I asked you the largest scale, what would have been the answer? Largest scale, C. Yes, largest scale, C. Understood? So now you will not get confused with these questions, right? Very good. Question number 5. Okay. Wrong scale, correct scale. Okay. All this confusion happens. Okay. So I will give you how to solve this kind of question. Okay. Very simple formula. Use this formula. Wrong scale into wrong length. Okay. Wrong scale into wrong length will be equal to correct scale into correct length. Remember this formula. It is easy to remember, yes or no? It is easy to remember, yes or no? It is easy to remember. Okay. Wrong scale into wrong length is equal to correct scale into correct length. Correct, wrong. Now here, you see a surveyor measures a distance between 2 points on a map with a representative fraction of 1:100, and this measured value is 60. But later he found that he used the wrong representative fraction of 1:50. So which one is the wrong scale? Wrong scale is 1:50, right? Wrong scale is 1:50. Yes, and correct scale is 1/100. Understood or not? Actually it was 1/100, but he used the wrong scale. It is written right, but he used what? He used 1:50. Is the wrong one. Now the measured one, this is the measured one. This measured one will be the wrong one, right? This measured one will be the wrong one because he has used the wrong scale. So this becomes what? Your 60, and then we can find out what? The correct length. Now tell me what is the correct length from here? Okay. Thank you, Maruf. Okay. So what is the correct length here? Tell me. D. Understood this formula? Now people get confused in such kind of questions, and therefore I am solving these questions with the theory also, right? So therefore I am solving the questions with the theory also. 120 meter. Now you will not get confused in these questions, right? Now you will not get confused. Just remember, wrong scale into wrong length, correct scale, correct length. Easy to remember? Easy to remember this formula? Okay, very good. Next question. So answer is D. Answer is D. Next question. Okay, this is shrunk scale. Now shrunk scale. You see, all these questions are standard questions which they ask and people get confused, and therefore I am revising them. Here the formula is, remember, the original scale into the shrunk ratio is equal to the shrunk scale. This is the formula. The original scale when you multiply with the shrunk ratio, you will get what? The shrunk scale. Right? Now you see in this question what is written. A line which was originally 5 meter has shrunk to 4.6. So this shrunk scale, this shrunk ratio will be halved. It is the shrunk length by the original length, right? This is what? This is the shrunk ratio or shrinkage ratio, right? This is the shrunk ratio or shrinkage ratio. Somebody answered 6B, 6C. Let us see which is our answer. Now original scale is given 1 centimeter is to 80 meters. So I can write down this as 1 is to 80. And this shrunk ratio is how much? 4.6 by 5. Yes. So from here I can find out what? Shrunk scale. Suppose that shrunk scale is 1 is to x, suppose. So can you find out x from here? Yes. You can find out x from here. So 1 by 80 into 4.6 by 5 will be 1 by x. Right? What is the x value you are getting? The x value will be 400 divided by 4.6. Right? If you do this, you will get how much? 86.95. Are you getting this value or not? Are you getting this value or not? Yes or no? Yes? Understood? So what is the right answer? The right answer is 1 centimeter is to 86.95. You see, some students commit mistake. Why? Because the formula is unclear. Therefore, it's very important that we understand the formula first. Original scale into what? Shrunk ratio is equal to shrunk scale. Okay, remember this formula. Shrunk scale is equal to original multiply what? The shrunk ratio or shrinkage ratio. Shrinkage ratio is what? The shrunk length by what? The original length. Easy, easy, easy. Yes. Okay. Next question. Okay, it's very straightforward question. Okay, very straightforward. Our question asked in many of the examination. Tell me the right answer to this. Invert tape, which we use, okay, in our linear measurements, is made of which alloy? See, without calculator, can't you solve without calculator? Tell me. Now I will answer this question. Okay, Sachin is telling that how to solve without calculator. 400 by 4.6. Can't we do this without calculator? What is so tough without calculator? Huh? See, why this problem is happening, because we are over dependent on calculator. We have forgotten that we know addition, subtraction, multiplication, all those things we have forgotten, right? Can't we do this division? Yes, 8 you do. This 160 and 24, 184, then 160, then you take 6 is what? 120, 138, right? Yes, and then 22, 0.9, yes. This will be 230 minus 23, 207, then 130, then 5. Yes. So many people ask me how to do without calculator. So how to do without calculator? Just don't use the calculator when you're solving these questions. Yes. Understood? This is why happening. Why this is happening? Because we are over dependent on calculator. Somebody asks us 86 into 5, we start opening our calculator. Why? Or start opening our mobile. Are we that fool that we don't know 86 into 5? No, we are not. But this disease has, caught us. Even I was also doing the same mistake when I was in my college. Then when I was preparing for GATE, I understood that over dependence on calculator is what? Is a disease. Okay. So whenever you are solving the questions, just remove the calculator. Okay, just keep it aside. Okay. I don't have calculator also. Okay. So answer is D here. Steel is 64% and nickel is 36%. Okay. Next question. Okay, we will solve question a little fast. Okay, there are the corrections in sense surveying. Match it and tell me the right answer. Match it and tell me the right answer. Eight A. Others? Why are taking so much time? A, very good. Yes. You see, this is your mean sea level correction. You see, alpha is there here. This is alpha actually. Huh? So it is what? It is your temperature correction. Yes. And then this is your pull correction and this is your sag correction. Actually, one L term also will be here. So this is what? A4, B1, C3 and D2. So answer is A. Okay. So like this direct formula also they can ask you. Ninth question. The magnitude of sag correction during measurement of length by tapping is proportional to what? Sag correction. Tell me the answer to this sag correction. Patapat. Taking so much of time. Why? Tell me the answer, sag correction. Which is the right answer? If you know the formula, you can answer this, right? C. Saurabh C is good in surveying. What is the answer? C. Others, what they are doing? Not revising. Yes, the answer is C. So the sag correction is minus total weight square into L by 24 into your pull square. Right? This is what? This is the original formula. Where W is what? Total weight. Right? W is total weight. Now this total weight can be written as what? Weight per unit length into L. Right? This can be written as what? Weight per unit length, right, into L. So this will become what? Small w L whole square into L by 24 p square. So it was what? Small w L cube by 24 p square. Okay, term w square. Answer is what? Square of the weight of the tap in kg per meter. Kg per meter means what? Weight per unit length or mass per unit length, right? So it is what? Square. Even if you take total weight also, it is square. Total weight also, it is square. So answer is C. So direct formula, based on that, they have asked the question. 10th question. This question. Wrong chain length and wrong thing. This also students get confused a lot. Now tell me the right answer to this. And then I will give you the formula and remove the confusion. Very straightforward, but students commit this mistake. So I will also tell you how to remember this formula. क्लियर नहीं हुआ? क्या क्लियर नहीं हुआ? हाँ, it is w square L cube by 24 p square. So it is square of weight na. What clear नहीं हुआ? What is the problem here? W square na, square of weight of the tap. So this correction is what? W square, rightly proportional to what? This correction rightly proportional to W square. Understood? Clear now? Clear? Okay. Next question. Okay. So many students are answering B, C. So let us see what is the right answer. The right answer is actually C. So many students get confused in this. So I will again tell another formula. Another formula is correct distance. The formula is what? Correct distance into correct tap length. Okay. Correct distance into correct tap length is equal to the wrong distance into wrong tap length. Okay, very good. Many students have found out. So those students who are getting confused, so for them this is there. So very easy. Correct one side, wrong one side. Yes, like we had what? Correct length into correct scale is equal to wrong length into wrong scale. Similarly here also same. Correct, wrong. Now see, correct distance we have to find out, right? So I can say correct distance we have to find out. Now correct tape length should be what? The correct tape length should have been 30 meter because it is 30 meter. So into 30. Now wrong distance is the measured distance, right? Wrong distance is the measured distance. The measured as 300 is the measured distance. This is 300. And wrong tape length means what? The tape length should have been 30, but what it is? It is 0.1 meter too short. Means what? It is 29.9. How? 30 minus 0.1 is 29.9. It's very good. Now we can easily solve this question, right? So correct length will be 299 meter. So these questions we saw that some standard formulas are required, and if you are getting confused, remember in this manner. Correct distance into correct tape length is equal to wrong distance into wrong tape length. Or you remember in what way? For scales, correct length into correct scale is equal to wrong length into wrong scale. Correct, wrong. This is easier to remember, right? Okay. Next question. Okay. What is the slope correction for a length of 30 meter along a gradient of 1 in 20? So I'll solve this for you. Some students might be knowing, some students might not be knowing. So I'll solve this for you. Okay. So slope correction, how it is applied? If a particular line is measured in slope, so this is suppose h, okay, the difference in level on the top and bottom of the tap, and this is the measured length L, then the slope correction is how much? The slope correction is minus h square by 2L. Minus h square by 2L. Yes. So now we have to somehow find out this h and L. So what is written here? It is written that a measured distance is 30 meter. Okay, a length of how much? 30 meter. So this is 30 meter. The gradient is what? The gradient is 1 in 20. That means what? It is similar to a triangle which is what? Having slope 1:20. That means what? This triangle and this triangle is similar. This triangle and this triangle is similar. So this length will be what? 20 square plus 1, right? Making it how much? Root under 401, right? And this is suppose h. This is suppose h. This is 30 meter. I can roughly tell this is also 30 meter, right? Because almost it will be 30 meter. Okay. Now these two triangles are what? Similar. These two triangles are similar. I can write down what? 1 is to root under 401 is equal to what? H by 30. Yes or no? You see? I can write down, since the triangle are similar, 1 is to this, 1 is to 401 square root is h is to 30. Is h is to 30. Okay. So from here, how much h I get? H I am getting 30 by root under 401, right? So the correction will be how much? The correction will be how much? Very easy. I got my h. L is 30. L is 30. So I can say this will be minus h square, means 30 square by 401, right? H square is this one. And then your 2L. L is how much? 30 only, right? L is 30 only. This is 30 L. Yes. So easy to solve. This is 30. Now for calculation's sake, I can take this 401 as almost what? 400, right? So what will happen? I am getting how much? I am getting a value of 3 by how much? This is 80. But this will be in what? This will be in meter, right? This will be in meter. So what I will do? I'll convert into centimeter. So what will happen? 300 centimeter. So 300 by this, 30 by 8 or 15 by 4, 3.75 centimeter. Understood this thing or not, everyone? Everyone understood how to solve this question of gradient if they ask like this? See, they will ask in two forms. See, if they give h and L, then h square by 2L. It's very easy. Yes, this is the slope. This is the slope correction. But if they don't give like this, they give gradient. Then you find out h by the method which I explained to you. Okay, take similarity, the gradient is 1:20, so take similarity. So 1 by root under 401 is equal to h by 30. You can do this, and both this length you can approximately take as 30 only, okay? You can approximately take this as 30 and this also 30. Yes, because the height difference will be very less. You can see that here height difference is very less actually. Understood? This is standard type of question which they can ask, and you can see no calculator is required for such questions. The direct formula, hypotenuse allowance. What is the direct formula? Direct formula, you should remember this formula. Okay, what is the hypotenuse allowance for this? Direct formula, you should remember this formula. If you don't remember, I will just tell you, okay? Not, this is asked very less, but still I thought that, you know, I should mention it. Hey, Saurabh Sri, wrong ho gaya. Saurabh Sri, wrong ho gaya. सर लेंथ स्लोप वाली डी होती है. मैं व्हाट यू आर टेलिंग आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. उसको अच्छे से बोलो, क्या बोल रहे हो? सर लेंथ स्लोप वाली डी होती है. हाँ वही तो यही है, दिया हुआ है तो कर लिया. दोनों जो जैसे देखा कर लेंगे. सो दिस इज व्हाट आंसर इज सी. यू शुड रिमेंबर दिस. सेक थीटा माइनस 1. नेक्स्ट let us come to little compass surveying. So enough of chain surveying. Let us come back to what? Compass surveying. Okay, compass surveying. In compass surveying we know what about magnetic declination. What is magnetic declination? It is the angle between what? The true meridian and the magnetic meridian. It is what? The declination. Now the declination can change. Why? Because the magnetic meridian can change, right? The true meridian is constant. The true meridian is constant, but the magnetic meridian can change, and therefore this declination D suppose can change. So what are the type of changes which happen? They are asking you 4 types. So which type is which is the right answer to this? Secular, diurnal, annual and regular. Which is the right answer to this? 13. Don't know the answer? A. Yes, Sachin. Right answer is A. 1, 2 and 3. Yes. This diurnal is what? It is the daily variation. The daily variation happens due to what? Due to the rotation of Earth. Then we have annual. Okay. So this is happens due to the rotation of Earth about its own axis. Rotation of Earth, it is daily variation. Then annual variation happens due to what? It happens yearly. It is what? Due to the revolution of Earth around Sun, right? Around Sun. Then there is secular variation which happens in a period of around 250 years due to various reasons. Okay, and there is no regular pattern. There are some irregular variations, like suppose there is some earthquake, there is some change in the magnetic field due to some kind of, you know, tectonic plate movement. That is what irregular. We cannot predict them. It is not a cyclic, right? It is irregular, right? So therefore 1, 2 and 3. Now the next question is about diurnal variation. The daily variation is greater where? Tell me the answer. The daily variation of magnetic declination is greater where? Answer this. These are all standard questions which they ask in the examination. You should be knowing this. All standard questions I have compiled for you. Okay, please tell the right answer to this. Diurnal variation is greater where? I'll have some water by that time. 14D, Pinku Mohan, very good. Very good. More in summer. Remember this daily variation is more. Remember this, more in summer. It is more in day. And it is more at poles. These 3 you should remember. You see? So it is written in winter, no. No, not in winter. At smaller latitude, high latitude, no. At magnetic equator points, no, because more at poles. So more in summer compared to winter. Okay? Now I cannot explain everything now. Try to understand. See, it is not a details class, it is practice class. Okay, so when your practice is going on, if I start explaining everything now, start teaching magnetic declination, everything now, for that we have concept classes, you can refer them. Okay, now tell me the right answer to this. Where one would suspect local attraction, okay, at stations. Why I cannot explain? Because see, if I start now, tell me students, if I start explaining, I have to. Do you want me to teach here everything? Should I start teaching? Okay. Then you will tell this. See, if you want to learn, then attend the concept classes also. or take the full courses also. Full courses are also available where we teach in details. Okay. Okay. Are you happy, or you want me to teach now everything? And if you maintain this attitude, then I won't be responding to you. Okay. So what's the right answer to this? The following bear is taken in running closed compass traverse, one would suspect local attraction at stations. What's the right answer here? How to detect it? How to detect? How to detect it? How to detect the difference? Tell me. How to detect where local attraction is there? I explained in one video how to detect where the local attraction is there. How to detect? I have explained in one video. Those who are attending regularly, I have explained in one video. How to detect where, local attraction is there or not? Yes, forebearing minus back bearing should be 180. You see, here it is not, here it is not, here it is not. Only here the difference between the forebearing and your back bearing, difference can be back bearing minus forebearing or forebearing minus back bearing, anything. It is what? It is 180. So A, B don't have, you see, A, B don't have local attraction. It don't have local attraction. But what they have asked? Suspect local attraction. So the rest two, C and D. Next question. Okay, answer this question. Actually, it is back bearing. Huh? It is back bearing. Answer this question. D. Answer is D. Okay. There is a small trick to it. I'll explain the theory also a little bit. Small trick to it. Whenever they give the forebearing and they ask the back bearing, what you do? You convert south to north, okay, north to south, and east to west, and then west to east. Just convert that. Yes or no? Just convert that. So it becomes north 49 degree 52 minutes west. Or you can, if you want to see the diagram also, it's very easy. See, when I say south 49 52, so it is like this, right? You see, this is the line, right? And this is the forebearing of that line. Yes. So you see what is there? This is how much? This is 49 degree 52 minutes, right? And south, and I can say what? It is east. So this is the line, right? And I can say I am taking the forebearing. This is the forebearing, but I am representing the forebearing in what? In your QB, right? Now the back bearing will be which one? The back bearing is this one, right? The back bearing is this one, but I should represent is in QB. So if I represent in QB, this is northwest, this is north south, right? So I have to take this angle, and this angle is what? In QB, I have to take what? Less than 90 degree. So this is the angle, and this angle is how much? You can see this is 49 degree 52 minutes, and what? It is northwest, right? Understood? If you have understood diagram, very good. If you have not understood diagram, very easy. What you do? Just convert south to north, north to south, east to west, and west to east. You will get the back bearing from where? From your, very good, easy. Next question, 17th question. Okay, included angle. Included angle. So I have taken one lecture on compass surveying. Those who have attended that lecture, they will be able to answer this very fast. So whenever they ask included angle, no need to remember any formula. Just draw the diagram. If you draw the diagram, you have answered the question. Okay. So when they are writing bearing of line AB, BC, that means they are forebearing. Whenever they don't mention it is fore or back, it is forebearing. Answer this. Fast, taking all more time. B. Okay. Others? What about Saurabh Sri? Why Saurabh Sri is not answering fast? Okay, 17B, yes. See, AB is 30 degree 15, right? So draw a straight line and 30 degree 15, right? You see, 30 degree 15 minutes. This is AB, right? And then BC. BC is what? 120, 30. So what you do? Always take this angles what? Clockwise. Always take this angle was clockwise. So 120, 30. This is what? BC. So now you can easily answer, right? So included angle ABC. This angle by alternate angle will be 30 degree 15 minutes. And this will be how much? 59 degree 30 minutes. So add them, I am getting 89 degree 45 minutes. Again I say that included angle, don't remember any formula. No requirement to remember any formula. Draw the diagram and solve this. And draw big diagram. Draw big diagrams like this. Then it will be clear. Don't draw diagram like this, okay? Okay, or like this, or like this, or like this. Don't draw diagrams like this. Then it will not be clear, you won't be able to answer. Or it will become hodgepodge. Draw bigger diagrams, okay? Then it will be clear for you and you will not commit mistakes. Okay, next question. 18th question. Okay, so now you see the angles are given in what? In, this bearing system. QB they are given in QB. Now solve this and tell me AB. Okay, they are given in QB, so solve this. Very good. James Bond, Naveen is very fast. That's great. Others, please become little fast. Praveen at the B. Let me draw it, right? First is AB is 1 north 40 degree west. This north 40 degree west is actually how much? It is actually 320 degree, right? You see, north 40 degree, yes, this is north 40 degree, right? So this is actually how much? If you see clockwise, it is 320 degree, right? Yes. And then BC is written what? South 70 east is actually what? 110 degree, right? This is 110 degree. How? South 170 east. So actually it is how much? 110 degree. You can convert to WCB. Once you convert to WCB, from QB WCB, then you can draw. AB is 320. So I can say this is AB, right? AB, right? So AB is 320. Or I can draw a little better here. 40 degree will be like this. Yes. So I can say this is AB, right? This is AB. Or you can say I have drawn here also, you can refer, right? Now BC is how much? BC is 110 degree. So I can say BC is this one, right? Yes. BC is this one, is 110. Okay. Now you see very easy. Once you draw the diagram slide, it's very easy. You see this is 40. So this also will be 40, right? Yes. And this angle is 70, na? This angle is 70, na? So what is this angle then? This angle is 30 degrees. 70 minus, this is 70, 70 minus 40 is 30. Everybody understood this answer? Again I tell that draw the diagrams properly. Don't remember formulas, okay? Some things we have to remember, that is okay, but don't remember formulas, okay? Some formulas you have to remember, okay? Some things you have to remember. I also tell that remember this. But here remembering will cause problems, draw it. Next question. Okay, answer this question. It is about what? Local attraction and then magnetic declination, all those things are given. Please answer this question. Magnetic bearing, they're asking the true bearing. Okay, so magnetic bearing is given 185. Okay, declination is given Okay, local attraction is also given. Now the true bearing is asked. Find out true bearing. Come on, solve this question. They're all standard questions which they can ask in the examination. B, Saurabh Sri. Oh, Saurabh Sri is correct now. Very good, Saurabh Sri. Saurabh Sri thought that, asking about surveying, I also know. Very good, Arsenal. Arsenal, where were you? Sleeping? Woke up. Arsenal just woke up from sleep. Very good, Ananga. B, very good. You see, the magnetic bearing is given 185, but it is the wrong one, right? Why? Because there is local attraction of plus 1.5. So local attraction is there, so we have to do what? We have to subtract that. See, this is error. This is error. Correction will be what? Negative, right? So I can say that magnetic bearing will be how much? 185 minus the local attraction correction, making it how much? 183.5. I can say this is the corrected magnetic bearing. Yes. Now you see the declination is in east. So whenever the declination is in east, yes, we add the declination, right? We add the declination to the magnetic bearing to get what? The true bearing. So the answer is what? This. So whenever it is in west, we subtract, and whenever it is in east, we add. I've explained this in details when I taught you compass surveying a few days back, right? A few days back, I taught compass surveying. So there I taught these things in details. You can see that video. 20 question. Okay, reciprocal labeling eliminates which errors? So let us come to labeling now. So we solved questions from, compass surveying. Let us solve some questions from labeling. Answer this question. Reciprocal labeling eliminates the effect of which one? Tell me the answer. Very good, Satyajeet. Told the right answer. D. Valar Marti is also smart. Very good. Saurabh Sri also came into picture. Very good, very good, very good. Yes. 1, 2 and 4. It removes the errors due to Earth's curvature. This removes the error due to atmospheric refraction, also due to collimation error. But if somebody is conducting mistakes in leveling, then we can't do, right? We can't do this, Then you change the person. If the person is doing some mistake, okay, then change the person. Okay. So, this is the answer. What happens in reciprocal leveling? Yes. So, what we do, we have this, the station. Then we keep the staff very close to it, right? Since we keep the staff very close to it, there won't be any errors in this. Even if you see, this is the, horizontal line. Even if there is some, inclination, then also the error will be very less. Okay. So, error will be very less. So, I can say here, the reading will be A and this will be without error. And then we will keep another stop at the other location. So, there it will be B. The reading will be what? B here, right? And it will be having some error. Therefore, it will be B plus E, right? Now, the height difference between this A and B will be how much? It will simply the difference in readings. B plus E minus A. Yes, but it's having the error. What we will do, we'll shift the instrument on the B location. And then again we'll take the readings. Now when again we'll take the readings, what will happen? Here the reading will be B dash, but here the error will not be there because it is very close to the station. Yes, and here it will be A dash and it will be having some errors. Yes, so now the height difference will be how much? B dash minus A dash plus E. Now if you see, if you add these two equations, what I will get? I'll get 2H is equal to, see, first equation is B plus E minus A. Second equation will be B dash, I'll open the bracket, it is minus A dash minus E. You see the errors gets eliminated. and we get the height difference as how much? Is equal to the difference in reading B dash minus A dash plus B minus A by 2. And this error which is getting eliminated, this error includes all the three, right? It includes all the three. What errors? Refraction, and then curvature of the earth, and then the collimation error. Because when you are conducting here near, then all the errors are not there near, and anyhow you are getting cancelled. Even if they are there, they are getting cancelled. Plus E minus E. But somebody, you know, is not writing the readings properly. The reading is 5, is writing 4.8. Then we can't do much. Okay. So that was the question. Now this is the answer this question from reciprocal leveling. Okay. The difference in levels of A and B. Answer this. The height difference is asked. Answer this. Very simple formula just I derived. B dash minus A dash plus B minus A by 2. So all the basic things which are repeated in the examinations, I have compiled them and I have given here. So what is the right answer to this? Please tell me. So you can see that this is B dash, this is B, and this is A. And this is B dash, this is A dash, right? How? The label at A, okay, label means the station I can say, okay, or instrument station I can say. It is at A, and then you are taking reading at A. That is what? Small a. And taking reading at B, small b. Then instrument at B and taking reading at B. That is what? B dash, and taking reading at A. That is what? A dash. So very easy question, straightforward. Remember the formula. So this is what? 1.52545. I am not solving it, very straight. I can say this is what? 3.81 minus 2.165 plus 2.355 minus 0.91 divided by 2. Easy, the answer is C. Next question. Okay, so this question we solved. Next question. Okay, very simple question on, you know, your labeling. So please answer this. Very simple question. All these kind of simple questions you should solving for your upcoming examination. Don't solve long questions. Don't start solving long questions. Not required. C. Very good. C or B? Uri Baba. Answer is B. You see, we have a instrument station, right? Then we have a benchmark. The benchmark is having 100 meter as the RL. So when you keep the staff here, you are taking some reading. Then we have A here. Okay, we have A here. And then you are taking some reading. You are taking some reading. Yes. So you see what is written. The staff readings at the point A is 2.8 and the benchmark is 2.5, right? So from the diagram only you can say that. From diagram also you can say that. You see this reading is 2.5, this reading is 2.8. So obviously A is 0.3 meter down, right? So it is 99.7. Directly you can find out. Or what you can do? You can find out the height of the instrument. The height of the instrument will be how much? 100 plus this 2.5. That is 102.5, and this from 102.5 subtract this 2.8. I am getting how much? 99.7. Okay, so this is the right answer. Very straightforward questions. Next question. Okay, combined curvature and refraction correction for a distance of 1400 meter. Answer this question. Very straightforward. Answer this. All the straightforward things we are discussing. Please answer this question. 23B. Vivek is studying very nicely. Vivek is studying. Others are what they are doing? Sleeping. Sleeping. And nicely sleeping. Okay. Combined correction is what? 0.0673. It's a minus sign into d kilometer square. So this is minus 0.0673 into what? It's d kilometer. So convert into kilometer, 1.4 kilometer. So 1.4 square, right? So this will be minus 0.0673 into what? 1.4 square is 1.96, right? You should know 14 square is what? 19.196, right? So I can say it is what? It is 1.96, almost equal to 2, right? I can say 2. So this becomes how much? 0.1346, right? Almost this much, right? And you see this negative is not mentioned here. So it is what? 0.1346, and obviously little less than this because we have taken this as 2. So obviously this is the answer. So you can do these calculations yourself. Don't think that you cannot do. And some approximations you can always do, right? Okay. Don't use calculator when you are solving questions for Hpcl, Bhel, ESE prelims or your SSC JEE prelims. Don't use calculator. Next question, Pataphat. Okay, lighthouse question. Please solve this question. Twenty-fourth question, solve. How to solve this? Take this Earth surface, right? And then you see a lighthouse is visible just above the horizon, right? Like this, a lighthouse is there. It is visible just above the horizon, like this, right? So I can say here, I will apply that same, yes. So this becomes the d kilometer square. This becomes what? D kilometer square, and this is that height. So this height becomes, d kilometer, yes, and this height becomes equal to what? The same correction which we apply for both refraction and your curvature. Why? Because when you are seeing, both the curvature and refraction effect will come here, and therefore this h will be equal to this, right? We can solve this. This h will be equal to 0.0673, okay, d kilometer. It is exactly given in 40, so 40 kilometer square. It will become how much? 0.0673 into what? 1600. I can do this calculation, right? This is how much? 16 into 6.73. You can do this calculation. Yes, you can do this calculation. It is with 96 plus something, less than, 6 into 7 it was 112, right? 6 into 7 is 112, right? So less than 112, which is which answer? This answer. You can guess also, right? You can guess also, right? Now from this question, another thing which Aptitude is also telling, we can remember that, you see, here the d kilometer was given and h was asked. Sorry, here the d kilometer was given, h was asked. They can ask the reverse also. They can ask the d kilometer also. How to solve that? Very easy. Here I can say d kilometer square is equal to what? H by 0.0673. So from here, if you take the square root, you will get 3.855 root under h. Just remember, this h is in meter and this d is in kilometer. Yes. So suppose they give a question, that lighthouse is just visible and lighthouse height is 16 meter. Then what we can say about the distance? What we can say about distance? This will be how much? 3.855 into 4, right? In kilometer. It will be how much? Tell me approximately how much you are getting this. 3.855 into 4. How much you will get? 12. How much? Tell me. It will be 12 plus 3.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.02. That is equal to 15.44, right? I'm getting 15.442. 15.42, right? I'll get 15.42 around. Okay, such kind of questions they can ask, right? They can ask such kind of questions. So both formula you remember. This is formula, and from this I get this formula. Yes, understood. Very good. Next question. Okay, curvature correction they have asked. They have asked only curvature correction. There are three corrections, right? One is the curvature correction, right? One is what? One is the refraction correction, right? And one is the combined correction. So you should remember all the three corrections, right? You should remember what? All the three correction. In the earlier question, they asked what? Curvature correction. But here they can ask other things. So very, very good. Vivek has revised. Very good. You see, curvature correction. It is minus 0 point. Now Vivek has committed a very small mistake. Identify the mistake, Vivek. Okay. This is the curvature correction. And refraction is plus and 1 by 7th of curvature. So this becomes plus 0.0112 d kilometer square. So the combined one will be minus 0.0673 d kilometer square. Okay, so they have asked here only curvature. So this becomes how much? Minus 0.0785 into d kilometer will be how much? It is 0.5 kilometer, so 0.5 square, so 0.25. Yes, answer is B. So this becomes how much? Minus 0.0785 divided by 4. You can do this hand calculation also. If you do this calculation, I will get almost 0.0196, but with a negative sign, so answer is this. Now in the earlier question, you might ask, sir, here why we didn't take negative? Because there was no option, right? See, here there was no option. Actually, it is minus only. Actually, it is minus only. But no option was there, so therefore we took whatever value. They have asked, we assume that they are asking the value. But here they have given both the values. So have a close look in the question before answering these questions. Okay, very good. Let us solve the next question, 26th. The check which we use in leveling. Okay, in both height of instrument method and then rise and fall method. What is the answer to this? The difference between the last reduced level, okay, last reduced level minus what? The first reduced level is how much? Tell me. What the difference last reduced level and first reduced level? Okay, very good. C, yes. It is the difference of summation of back sides and summation of four sides. Yes. So remember, this is what? The difference between last reduced level and first reduced level is what? Summation of backside minus summation of foreside. It is also the difference of what? The summation of rise minus the summation of fall, if you are using the rise and fall method. Next question, 27th question. This is from Tacheometry. So you see, I have covered many topics here. Okay, this is from Tacheometry. The additive and multiplying constant of a tachyometer is asked. Now we know that in tachyometer the distance measured is what? K into S plus C. K into S plus C. Yes. And in this thing, this is the multiplying constant, right? This is the multiplying constant or multiplying factor, and this is the additive factor. So what's the right answer to this? If you know the formula, if you don't know, I will tell you. If you don't know, I will tell you this answer. Yes, the important formula which you should know, right? So K is how much? K, the multiplying constant is how much? It is nothing but F by your I. It is what? F by I. 27B. You have answered correctly with a small mistake you have done. Just see, you have answered correctly. Sachin has answered correctly actually. So you have answered correctly, small mistake you did. Yes. Understood? Afreed, what mistake you did? You just, in hurry you have done that mistake. You see, F is how much here? The focal length of the objective glass is given, your 250. And the stadia intercept is 2 mm, right? So it is 125. Yes. So the multiplying constant is 125. And this additive constant is F plus D, where F is the focal length and D is what? Distance of the instrument axis from the optical center. This is what? 250 plus 190, that is how much? 440 mm. Yes. So they have first asked what? The additive. The order is what? First additive and then your multiplying constant. So answer is what? D. Understood everyone? Very standard question which they can ask. Now suppose this is a, they give, this thing, they will give a K, C and this S. you can easily answer the D. So this is a simple question from Tacheometric. So you should be knowing this formula. Okay. 28. Okay, some questions from curves. Okay, I'll explain you what is the apex distance and all, and then we will come back to this. Let us see something from curves. In curve, you should know that. Okay, suppose a curve is like this. Okay, a curve is like this, right? And then if you are, connecting it to the center, okay, connecting it to the center like this, right? So this will be known as the deflection angle. This alpha will be known as a deflection angle. And by symmetry, I can say that if you are drawing, I will make it a little symmetric. The center of the curve. So curve also many questions are asked. Let us see some basic things. And what happens if you start remembering, it will be a little tricky. So I'll explain the things. Okay. So bisect this angle. So this alpha is known as the deflection angle. The alpha is known as deflection angle, and if you bisected it, then here it will be alpha by 2, alpha by 2. Very good. Now this is the radius of the curve, R, right? Now if you draw the tangents like this, you see, if you draw the tangents like this, yes, if you draw the tangents like this, yes, so this will be known as the tangent length, right? Tangent length. So I can say, suppose this is T1 point, this is T2 point. This T1, T2 and then T1B equal to T2B. This will be known as what? The tangent length. Known as what? The tangent length. Now, no need to directly remember the formula from the diagram only you can say, right? You see, this is R and suppose this is, the tangent length. What will be the tangent length? Very easy, right? I can say that the tangent length, yes, the tangent length T1B divided by R is equal to tan alpha by 2, right? You see this triangle? You see this triangle, and this triangle, right? In this triangle, this will be 90 degree because it's a tangent, right? Tangent. So I can say the tangent length will be what? R tan alpha by 2, right? Very easy. Now this is known as what? The long chord. This T1, T2 is known as what? The long chord. Can you find out the T1, T2? Yes. This T1, T2 is known as what? The long chord, right? And how to find out the long chord? Again, no need to remember. You see, this is R. So this will be, okay, take this triangle. So this will be R sine alpha by 2, right? You see? Yes or no? No. Let me see. Suppose this is X, right? So I can say X by R is equal to sine alpha by 2. Yes, it is what? Sine alpha by 2, R sine alpha by 2. Yes or no? This is R sine alpha by 2. Take this triangle. You see? This triangle, and this triangle. R sine alpha by 2. So I can say from here, what I can say from here? That the T1, T2 will be equal to 2R sine alpha by 2. Yes or no? Yes. Now don't remember these formulas because there are so many things. Now why to remember? You can draw and find out. So this is what? Long chord. Then you see this distance. Suppose this is I can say give a name, suppose C. This BC is known as what? It is known as the apex distance. It is known as what? The apex distance. Now how to find out the apex distance? Very easy. Can I say if this is O, the apex distance is actually VO minus CO. It is VO minus CO, right? So I can say this VC or apex distance is, what? Tell me. What will be VO? Tell me. Can I say VO will be R sec alpha by 2? Yes. Can I say VO is this? You see this. This is alpha by 2. This is OB. This is R, right? So I can say that cos alpha by 2 will be equal to this R by VO, or I can say VO will be equal to R by cos alpha by 2, or I can say R sec alpha by 2. Yes. And then CO is how much? CO is radius only, right? CO is radius. So I can say this formula is what? R into sec alpha by 2 minus 1. Understood? Again, no need to remember the formula for apex distance, for long chord and for tangent length. You can find out from the diagram only, right? You can find out from the diagram, yes or no? You can find out from the diagram. Now last thing is this distance. Suppose this is M point. This CM is known as what? Mid-ordinate. It is known as what? Mid-ordinate. Can you find out this mid-ordinate? Can you find out this mid-ordinate? Yes, can I say CM will be equal to CO minus MO. What is CO? CO is R, and what is MO? Can I say MO is R cos alpha by 2? Yes. This becomes what? R into 1 minus cos alpha by 2. So everybody from the diagram can only find out what? They can find out the long chord, they can find out the apex distance, they can find out the tangent length, they can find out what? The mid-ordinate also. So no need to remember. Everybody understood how to find out all these parameters. Everybody understood how to find out all these parameters: apex distance, long chord, mid-ordinate, and tangent length. Just remember the diagram. Once you know the diagram, you can derive it, right? Easy. Very good. Now see next thing. What about, the degree of curve? What is a degree of curve? Very easy. You take 30-meter length. You take 30-meter length of the curve. The angle subtended by this 30-meter length is known as the degree of the curve. How? You see, suppose this is D, the angle subtended, D degree. Suppose D. So what will happen? This is R, right? Suppose I am taking theta, suppose theta. So we know the arc length is what? R theta, right? The arc length is what? R theta. Yes, R theta. Now what happens? From here, this theta will be what? 30 by R. But this will be in radian. If you want to convert into degree, what you will do? 30 by R into 180 by pi. Yes. So if you solve this, you will be getting how much? This theta will be equal to what? 1746 around by R. This is in degrees, right? This is in degrees. Yes. Close to 1750 by R. So this is taken almost equal to 1750 by R. This is what? The degrees. Understood? How to find out the degree of the curve, and from degree of the curve I can find out what? The radius of the curve. Yes. So in this question, what is asked? The apex distance. Give me the apex distance now. Solve this question and give me the answer now. Solve this question and give me the answer now. I gave you some background theory because it is numerical. You cannot solve by just memorizing. So I give you some background theory also. Don't use your calculator. Solve without calculator also you can solve. Okay. You use for first you do the order. So degree of curve is given 8 degree. So 8 degree is equal to, I can say, 1750 by R. So I can say that from here radius will be 1750 by 8. Very good. Then they ask the apex distance. Apex distance is how much? The apex distance was how much? The apex distance, yes, that was R into sec alpha by 2 minus 1. Now the deflection angle is given 60 degree. So alpha by 2 is 30 degree. Okay. So I can say the answer will be R, which is 1750 by 8. Sec alpha. Sec alpha means sec alpha by 2. That is, I can say 1 by cos 30, right? And cos 30 is how much? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So reciprocal of that is what? 2 by root 3 minus 1. You see, you can do this calculation. You can do this calculation. You can use the calculator also, no problem. You can use the calculator also, but you can do this calculation without calculator also. Why? You don't know root 3. You know root 3, right? So you see, this is 1750 divided by 8, and then 2 by root 3 is 1.73 minus 1. You can always do this calculation. So how much are getting, other students? Please answer in the comment section. Others are sleeping. Who are sleeping? Wake up and then solve the answer. A. Yes, it is A. Apex distance. Next question. Okay, they have asked the tangent length. Answer this question, and deflection angle is 60 degree. Okay. So your alpha is 60 degree. Okay. And the degree of the curve is 5 degree. Why did you take 30 meter? Because that is the standard which is followed. This is the way to represent. That is taken as 30 meter only. Okay. The standard which we follow. Because everybody starts taking their own thing, then there will be a fight, right? Now why everybody drives on the left? Because that's the standard thing which we follow. Similarly, we follow 30 meter. Okay, answer this question, straightforward question. Okay, tangent length is simply what? R tan alpha by 2. Very simple. Now R is what? R will be 1750, degree of the curve is 5, right? So this is, I can say the tangent length will be 1750 by 5. Now 1030. 1030 is what? How much is 1030? 1030 is 1 by root 3, right? 1 by root 3. You can do this calculation. 1750 by what? 5 into 1.732. You should be knowing square root. Okay? Sir, when complete course? Complete course is started already. It's already there. Okay. Where you are asking? In the app or in the YouTube? Ask where you are asking. YouTube or app? D? Answer is D. No. Hey, what calculations you are doing, Baba? 1750 divided by 5, then divided by 1.732. How are you getting D? App. Okay, it's already going to start. Okay, you can just visit the app, and in the app, please ask the counselor. They will be giving other information. Yes, it's going to start. Okay, November only they are going to start. Okay, so answer is 198.6. Answer is 198.6, right? Okay. You can do this calculation. If you take, this, almost, you can see that it is almost equal to 200, right? It is almost equal to 200. Okay, almost equal to 200. So 196.6. Okay. Next question. Yeah. So this question, okay. So now what happens? The standard we follow is 30 meter. When you're finding the degree of the curve, the standard we follow is what? It is 30 meter. But they might ask for other, arc length also. So for 30 degree, whatever we get, that is the standard one. That is the standard one, right? Which we follow normally. But if they ask you for, 20 degree, then also you can find out how. Take 20 degree. So no, not 20 meter, sorry. Take 20 meter. Yeah, somebody answered also, very good. Take 20 meter. So remember the formula. If you forget the formula, so you can find out, right? You see, suppose this is that, degree when we are taking 20 meter. So what will happen? R theta is equal to 20, or I can say theta will be equal to 20 by R. Now this is in radian, so I'll convert into what? I'll convert this into your degree, 180 by pi, right? So this will be almost equal to, I'll get 1146 by R. Yes, when I'm taking 20 meter. So 1146 divided by R is given 573. You're getting how much? 2 degree. But we will follow this whenever they give 20 meter exclusively. If nothing is written, then degree is equal to how much? The default is how much? It is 1750 by R only. When we are taking what? 30 meter arc length. But if they ask you for any other arc length, then we can find like this. Standard, right? Very good. Next question. 31st question. Vertical curves. Okay, vertical curves. Okay. Solve this. 57.32. Okay. Now solve this question. If you know the answer, please try to solve. Okay. This is a standard question asked. Okay. So how to solve this? You see a vertical parabolic curve is given, and then it is comprising of two rates. First it is what? It is given, you see 0.6 positive, and then plus 1 positive. Yes. And this will be the curve formed, right? This will be the curve formed, I can say. Sorry. This will be the curve which is formed, right? So now how to solve this? You see, what is the change of grade? Can I say the change of grade is 0.4%, na? The change of grade is 0.4%, right? It is the change of grade. Yes, the change of grade is 0.4%. From plus 0.6 it went to what? Plus 1%. Change of grade is this. So what will be the length? The length of the curve. The length of the curve will be the change of grade. The change of grade divided by what? the rate of change. The change of grade by rate of change. So this will be how much? The change of grade is 0.4 and the rate of change is what? 0.06 per 30 meter. Okay, 0.06 per 30 meter. Okay, so 0.06 divided by 30. So what is the answer now? Can you solve and give me the answer now? You can easily solve this. So this will be how much? 0.4 into, you can convert this into what? 40 by 6 into 30. So this is 5. I am getting how much? 200 meter. The answer is what? 200 meter. Yes, see. Very good. Saurabh C has answered. Juhi has answered. So if suppose you are facing difficulty in understanding this, I will give you another method. Very easy. See, not method, perspective. The change is how much? The change is 0.4. Any doubt in this? No, the change is 0.4. Now they are writing that when the change is 0.6%, 0.06%, length is 30 meter. So for 1%, how much it will be? 30 by 0.06. So for 0.4, how much it will be? It will be 30 by 0.06 into 0.4. Unitary method, right? Unitary method. So you can solve like this also. You can solve like this also, unitary method. Yes. Or what you can do? You can take directly what? The change in grade by rate of change. Change in grade by rate of change. Next question, so answer is C. Next question 32. Okay. Some things about area and volume. Some things about area and volumes. Okay. So I'll give you first the formulas and then you can solve. Okay. In finding the area and volume, okay, especially volume, okay, we take two formulas. What are the formulas? First one is the trapezoidal method. First one is what? First one is the trapezoidal method and second one is the Simpson rule. Second one is what? The Simpson rule. Okay. So how to remember this formula? I will just give you some explanation to this. Suppose we have, n areas. A1, A2, A3, dot, 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 AN. So when you're taking the trapezoidal method, what you do? And these areas have a difference of what? H height or H distance. They're having what? H distance difference. Then the trapezoidal method, the volume will be simply H. Take H into what? The first area and the last area. First area and the last area divided by 2. And then what? Then add all the areas. A1, A2, A3 till AN minus 1. Understood how to use trapezoidal method? How to use trapezoidal method understood? H. First, last divided by 2. Add rest of the following. Now when it comes to Simpson 1/3 rule, how to remember the formula? First write down V. V is equal to H by 3. It is 1/3 rule, so H by 3. Then what you do? Then you take this one. What? You take A1 plus, okay, let me remember. Yeah, you take A1 plus AN. I remember, I have my own method of remembering formulas. Plus, what you do? 4 times. Take all the even terms. Even terms means what? A2, A4, dot, dot, dot. Even terms plus 2 into all the odd terms. You might be knowing this formula. I just revised it. Yes, this is what? All the even terms and this is all the odd terms. Okay, so they might ask a question from this. Sometimes they ask you only formula also in the examination. Only formula is also, what is this? 1 second. 1 second just. Silent this. Yeah. So all the even terms and then odd terms, this formula. Understood this? Now use this formula and solve the answer to this. Now solve this answer to miss. You see these are the areas. So I can say what? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Right? And you see these are the contours given. Right? The contours given. So I can say between the contours 110 and 120, these are the areas. Okay. So what is the difference in these contours? H is how much? 10 meter, right? Yes, 10 meter. Again you see difference is what? 10 meter. Again you see difference is what? 10 meter. Again the difference is what? 10 meter. So I can say here H is equal to 10 meters and at these contours these are the areas. So if I ask you to find out the volume using what? Trapezoidal method. Give me the answer. Trapezoidal method, give me the answer. Okay. Because the question is asked what? In trapezoidal. The capacity of the dam by trapezoidal method. And they have asked in cubic meter, meter cube. But here you see the areas are given in 1 hectare. So how to convert from hectare to area, meter square? 1 hectare is equal to 10 to the power 4 meter square. So use this conversion. Okay. Use this conversion and find the answer. Okay. Because yes. Numerical method formulas. Very good. Please solve this question. So every topic I have touched: tacheometry, labeling, compass surveying, chain surveying, basics of surveying, and then we are seeing some, some questions which they can ask from what? From your this thing, areas and volumes also. Give me the answer to this. (53), yes. C. Now H is 10, so that is fine. Now you see A1 plus last, first and last. So 205 plus 135 divided by 2. Yes. Then add the rest, 120, 145 and 95. Since they are in hectare, I'll convert into your 10 to the power 4 meter square. And this is meter square. The answer will come in what? Meter cube. So how much you are getting? Tell me. What is the answer? You can do without calculator also. 10 to the power 4 is there here. Now do this. This is what? This I can say will be 340 divided by 2, 170. So 170 plus 120, 290 plus 240. That is 530. So this will come 5300. So 53 into 10 to the power 6 meter cube. So this is the right answer. Understood everyone how to solve these questions? You can see it is very easy, right? It is very easy. They ask you trapezoidal or they ask you what? The other one, it's very easy. The formula should be there. Okay? Trapezoidal is what? First plus last divided by 2 plus the rest terms, right? And then multiply by H. Okay? And if you are taking Simpson, that formula also I explained to you how to do about. In Simpson, don't divide this by 2. Don't divide this by 2. But take this as H by 3. Now, no. Even terms have 4. You see, you can see the formula. You can check once. Google it or whatever. Okay. Next is Prismoidal method. This Prismoidal method is similar to what? This is similar to your Simpson third rule. Okay, it is similar to what? Simpson 1 by third rule. Okay. So what to do in this? You can see that here we find out the volume of earthwork. Okay. So you see here we are having a pit. So the top area is given what? The top area has the dimensions of 4 into 8 is the top area, and bottom area is having dimensions obviously little more. Okay. The bottom area is having dimensions of 8 into 16. So this I can take as area 1 and this I can take as the area 2. Right? So what we will do to increase the number of terms and make it more even, we'll have an average area. We'll have an average area AM. Yes, we'll have an average area AM. Right? Now this average or mean area will be what? The first area plus the second area divided by 2. Right? Now what is this? This area is how much? This is 32, right? And this area is how much? 16 into 8. How much I'm getting? This is 128, right? This is 120. So average area will be how much? 32 plus 128 divided by 2 is how much? 80. That is what? 80. Now I can say that we have 3 areas. We have 3 areas and you see the total height was 10 meter. Yes, The total height was 10 meter. But if you take the interval height will be 5 meter each, right? The interval height will be 5 meter each. So now I can take this as the first term. Yes, and this as the last term, and this is the second term, right? This is the second term. So second term means what? Okay, yeah. I think we have committed the mistake. Just see this. I am also getting confused in this Simpson. No, this is 4 only. Yes, even only. It is even, yeah. So now what happens? This is the second term, I can say. So when now I am applying the formula for Simpson rule, this will be how much? This will be h by 3. Yes. Side ka average lenge. We can take the area average. Some places they write, side ka average also. Okay. But, the questions which are asked here, they are given in area average. Okay. So if the option is not matching, then you can go for side average also. So they will give you option by area average or side average. So you can check that also. Okay. So this is A1, first term and last term. Because you see, this is not the second term. This is the last term. This A2 becomes what? The last term. Yes. And then 4 times the second term. Because for even, I use what? This. Yes, 4. So now you can find this answer. Tell me. Find this answer. H will be 5 because we are taking interval now 5. Because we are taking average area. Okay. How much are you getting this? Yeah, it is correct only. 4 times the even terms and then 2 times the odd terms. Yeah, written correctly initially. So this is 10 by 3 I can say. Okay, this is 5 by 3 I can say. Sorry, 5 by 3. And then the formula A1 is 32 plus 128 plus 4 times 80. How much I am getting this answer? Tell me. 160, 480 divided by 3, 160 into 5, 800. Yes, we are getting 800. Understood? So this Prismoidal method is similar to what? Your Simpson rule. Okay, and when they are not given the average one, then take the average area and then do the calculations. Very simple. Yes. Next question. So this was about, some area volume because they can ask some area volume questions. So I have included some area volume questions which they can ask in the objective pattern. You can see that you can do these calculations without calculator. Yes, that's what I was trying to highlight, that sometimes people think that no, the calculations are complicated. Tell me, are these calculations very complicated which you cannot do in the examination? Tell me, are these calculations very complicated which you cannot do in the examination? I don't think the calculations are complicated. It's just having practice, right? You should have practice of the calculations. They are not tough. So they can ask these calculations also, very basic. So don't leave them. Don't leave them. Or they might not ask you calculations. They might ask you the formula also. Many times they ask you the formula for trapezoidal rule and Simpson rule. You should know the formula, right? Yes. Let us go to the next question. So some contours questions also. Please answer this contours question. Match the following. Answer this question. Come on, fatapat. Time is less. Please answer this question. Answer is B. Very good. So, vertical cliff. Vertical cliff means what? Vertical cliff means contour lines will unite to form one line. So, I can say A is 1, right? But there are 2 options now. So, next we'll see what? The steep slope. In steep slopes, the contour lines are closely spaced. So I can say this is the right answer. No need to check the other two also. But let us check. Heel is what? Closed contour lines with the higher values inside, right? Yes, like this. With the higher values inside, right? Because as you move away from the center of the heel, the elevation decreases, right? Yes. And the last one, overhanging cliff, something like this. Overhanging cliff, what happens? Contours of different lines cross one another. This is what? D. So C4 and D2. So answer is B. Yes. Next question, 34, 35th. Some questions on GPS, GIS also. So a system designed to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and present all type of spatial and geographical data can be called as what? So normally confusion happens between two things only. So what is the right answer to this? Tell me. What is the answer to this? Yes, it is GIS. So what is the difference between GIS and GPS? You see, GPS is the positioning system. So here we are, tracking the position of a particular thing, okay, from live satellites. This GPS, yes, it's a live thing, right? GPS is a live tracking by the satellites of the position of a particular thing. But GIS is what? It is the information system. Now information system about what? About the various things. Information about what? Suppose the roads, the locations, right? Even the climate, the vegetation, right? Now these informations, GIS, are fed, okay, to the system. So it is a stored information. It is what? A stored information. So you see it is captured, stored, manipulated and analyzed. You can manipulate, right? You can name your house in the Google Earth. Yes, it is what? Google Maps, right? It is what? It is can be analyzed and can be managed also, right? And but GPS is something what? The live tracking. Understood difference? Yes. The next question, number of satellites involved in the orbit of GPS survey technique. Since I told that GPS depends on what? Live tracking by satellites. So how many number of satellites are required for this? The standard questions which they can ask to answer me this question, 36th. 36B, very good. 24 satellites are required. Have to remember these things, okay? Now 37, something on the photogrammetry also, okay? So some questions from photogrammetry also will solve. Okay, so tell me the answer to this photogrammetry. So the aeroplane flying height, you have to find out the flying height. It is h. The scale is given. The scale is given. It is 1:7200. Okay, and the ground elevation vary from 160 to 430, and the focal length is given 153. So give me this flying height h. Now what is the scale formula? The scale formula is focal length by the height, the flying height minus what? The average ground elevation. Here average ground elevation will be 160 plus 430 divided by 2, that is equal to 295. You are equal to use the calculator for fast calculation. In the examination you do hand calculation because the time is less. We have been solving questions from quite a longer time. So tell me the answer to this. What is the answer to this? Tell me. It is given 1:7200. Now use everything in what? Meter. So this will become equal to, you see, F is meter is 0.153. Okay. And then we have the flying height which you have to find out. The average height of the ground level is 295. So from this, what is the answer you're getting? You're getting 1397 meter. Very standard question on flying height. They can ask question on flying height. Very standard question. Okay, all the standard questions I have covered in this particular video, all the standard questions, right? And the last question, 38th question, it is about what? The relief displacement. Now what was the relief displacement? The relief displacement was equal to what? RH by your capital H minus this average height. This is the average height of the ground. This is the flying height. This is the relief displacement. D is what? The relief displacement. And what was R? R was the distance from the center of the photograph to what? To the top of a particular tower. I have explained this concept in photogrammetry. I have taken one lecture on photogrammetry. You can always see that lecture in this YouTube channel. Okay. So, the relief displacement is given how much? It is given as, you see, 7.2 mm. Now, everything you should take in either mm, meter or centimeter. Units should be same. So, 7.2 meter relief displacement is equal to, you see, the distance of the top of the minar from the center point is given 10 centimeter. This is what? This is R. But it is given in centimeters, so I'll convert into what? Mm, 100 mm, right? This is 100 mm, right? Then we have to find the height of the tower. That is the H, height of tower. And then divided by what? Divided by the flying height, which is given 1000 meter. Yes, this 1000 meter. You see the flying height is given, and you know nothing is given about what? The H average. Nothing is given about the H average. When nothing is given H average, I can say that the H average is 0, or I can say that we are taking the photograph of the mean sea level, right? So in this case, 1000 meter, this meter I'll convert into what? Mm. Everything should be converted into mm, and I'll get this height in mm. So when you find out this, getting H is equal to 7.2 into 1000 mm. Now the answer is asked in meter. So what I will do? I'll divide by, sorry, some calculation error happened. Okay. 1000 meter is into 1000 I will do now. Yes, this will be 10. This will be 10 to the power 4 mm. So I'm converting into meter. It is 7.2 into 10 meter. That is equal to 72 meter. Understood these questions? Okay. So all these questions are very important questions for any exam. For SSC JEE, for Hpcl, for Bhel, even for GATE, even for ESE prelims, right? The syllabus don't change, and I have covered all the important topics which can be asked in your upcoming examination. So this is the end of the particular lecture. More questions I have solved, okay? Like I have been taking many lectures on this channel. So if you want to see those lectures, you can always see. Thank you very much. That's the end of today's lecture. Bye-bye. Okay, I will just go to switch off the camera. Bye-bye. See you next time.